Alright, hello everyone and welcome. This is Trumpetman with 40 Card College. Sitting down for a premiere draft here today. And if we're looking at this pack, we have Mishra's Command. Definitely just like a pretty good role player, killing something, making something bigger, helping rummage away garbage. Battlefield Butcher, pretty good mid-range threat. Audacity, just overall decent card. Better Bear, a card that can enable the blue-green decks to power up big monsters. Haven't really seen that deck come together too often. And then Well of Lost Dreams is a card you can build around, but there's not a ton of life gain. But there is some, so you could actually build around it. But I'm going to take Mishra's Command here. It's just the most powerful card in the pack. And removal is good. You got to kill the bombs, so killing the efficient threats for about the same amount of mana is a nice way to start. If we look at this next pack, it's interesting because the best card probably to pair with the Mishra's Command is, I think the most powerful card might be Junkyard Genius, but it is another color, and I don't like committing to the two colors when I could just take Excavation Explosion, which is probably the best common in the set. If it's not, it's one of the top three. So following up Mishra's Command with Excavation Explosion just means we could go in any different direction. We know we're probably going to be red, but that's a great start to a draft. So as much as I enjoy the card Junkyard Genius more, but I prefer interacting with my opponents and making the Power Stones with the Excavation Explosion. So we'll go with that route. Notably, this pack's just really powerful. We probably will wheel the Dwarven Forge Chanter because there's just enough other good cards. We might even wheel Unleash Shell as well. Alrighty. Another very good pack and a lot of directions we could go. Pendragon Strongbow is a card I really like, but I think is a little bit weaker than our other options, so I don't really want to take it here. Burnished Heart could let us go big, but it's a pretty slow and clunky card, so I don't know if that's something I'm really interested in after picking up these. Like, it's probably better in just like a slower overall deck, like a black or green control deck. I'm kind of leaning towards taking the Arbalest Engineers. It's not like an insane card, because usually it's just gonna be like a 3 mana make a Power Stone. That's still a good card, and the ping sometimes can be good. It's often just a worse version of the 3 mana 3/2 in green that makes a Power Stone, but that's still just like the best green common, so pretty happy to take that there. Alright, not any... Oh, I missed this at first. I was going to say not any real green cards or red cards I want to take, but Boulder Branch Golem's excellent. I will note Hulking Metamorph and Mightstone's Animation are the other best cards in the pack. So if Boulder Branch Golem weren't here, I probably would take the Hulking Metamorph over the Mightstone's Animation, just because you do need to make sure you have enough ways to enable the animation, but it's a very good card. But I'm going to take Boulder Branch Golem. Just really, really solid overall, and goes with our previous pick. It's not... I think it's about on par with these other cards. Alright, there's an Urza and a Wing Commando, so those are worth noting. There's a Steel Exemplar, which is a card I've been pretty impressed with, but I'm kind of split down the middle in terms of my cards right now, so I don't know if that's what I want exactly. I do have Excavation Explosion and Arbalest Engineers, which both make Power Stones to power out the Steel Exemplar. I haven't been like super impressed with Urza. I think it's an okay card. I think I'm just going to take the Steel Exemplar. I think it leaves me the most open. I can put it in any red deck. If I'm mostly one color, it's also really good. But noting that maybe blue is open. Ooh. Should I take Goblin Charbelcher and try to go more red? I don't think so. That is sweet, though. I think I'm going to take Argothian Sprite and hedge back to be green. I don't have any good 2-drops right now, and I think this card just really overperforms. Red-green beatdown, getting on board with this, having our Power Stones, just overall nice. Also notably, like Steel Exemplar, you can play it in more of a straight 2-color deck. It's a little bit worse than that deck, but playing it as the 5 mana 4/4 trample is not horrible, and then later in the game you do get the 5 mana 6/6 mode. So playing it in that way also is fine. Alright, I'm going to take a Soul Guide Lantern. It can just nab a Unearth card and then also just cycle, so that's fine. Okay, here we could take a Rest Goliath, an Aeronaut's Wings. Aeronaut's Wings is decent in red-green as a way to close out the game. I don't know how much ramp we're really going to have for the Goliath. Right now I have 2 ways to make Power Stones. That said, like the 3/5 Trample Reach Body is actually pretty decent on 5 mana. And I kind of would want an Aeronaut Wings, but I don't really want to pick it this early. How good is Supply Drop? Not great. I don't have that many. Well, I have a decent number of green cards. I guess I should take the Dwarven Forge Chanter in case we get a lot of spells. I don't have very many 2-drops right now. Oh yeah, the Unleashed Shell did wheel with the Dwarven Forge Chanter. Wow, Emergency World came back too. I mean, this pack was just stacked. Yeah, I'm going to take Unleashed Shell. Okay, Perimeter Patrol, definitely a very solid card. It's nothing special, but I think it's better than taking a Rust Goliath here. Not interested really in any of these. If you can pump up the Philagi Chain Dancer with Whirling Strike, it's kind of a combo. Also randomly a Soldier. Probably not really the deck for this card, but ooh, we might play that. Nothing amazing here. We whiffed on our rare, and Foundry Inspector is fine. It is a nice combo with Steel Exemplar. The question is, would I rather just have Scrapwork Cohort? I think I might just take that. Foundry Inspector, it's kind of like a Power Stone, but it trades down a lot. It does let me play both of these on 4 mana and this on 6. That's decent. But Scrapwork Cohort just double triggers the Perimeter Patrol, and I'm missing 4-drops right now. So I think it's just a better card in my deck right now than the Foundry Inspector. And if I can randomly get like a way to have some white mana, then I can also unearth it. Cradle Clear Cutter can be good. It's good with Rust Goliath. It's a reason to play it on 6 and then actually ramp into the Rust Goliath version. Because we're very red-green ramp right now. Honestly, mostly green. So if I think about that, like I'm less red, I just picked some early red cards in pack 1. And the red flowed a lot less than the green did. That being said, I think this is the pick because it can ramp me into 5, but also it can be the bridge from 6 to 10. And it looks like the Rust Goliaths are going pretty late, so I might get another one. Not that I think it's a great card, but it can actually combo. Energy Refractor could be a good way to splash the Scrapwork Cohort. Fade from History. We kind of actually have a lot of artifacts and enchantments, so it's not really the green deck for that card. So it's really between Haywire, Might, and Energy Refractor. This is a good card to have insurance against the enchantments that can lock down my big things. I kind of like the Energy Refractor, though. Just allowing me to splash, and it's good with the Scrapwork Cohort. I think I'm going to take that. I'm not super interested in the Blitz Automaton. Ooh, another Arbalest Engineers. Nice. Notably, that one Pendragon Strongbolt didn't wheel, so maybe people are finally onto that card. It's a really good card. Because I could have taken it like 3rd in pack 1. Between the Excavation Explosion and the 2 Engineers, I should be able to ramp out my 5-drops pretty quickly. And bridge pretty nicely to my more expensive things. They also let me... Like, Aeronaut Wings gets a lot better the more Power Stones you have. Because you can actually afford to play and equip it. Ooh, Obstinate Baloth. Unfortunate that these packs, like, collectively are having a lot of the cards I want to play at the same time, but I think Obstinate Baloth is just a huge threat. I think it's better than Argothian Opportunist. It's nothing insane, but 4/4 gain 4 is just a really good rate, so I'm going to take that. Bitter Reunion versus Blitz Automaton. I don't think Bitter Reunion is great in my deck because I want lands and spells. Like, we are a bit of a ramp deck, so it tends to be in those decks that rummaging is worse. So maybe I'll just take the Blitz Automaton. And then, like, maybe I could see playing a Bitter Reunion, but it's not a priority. How many artifacts do I have right now? 9? That's pretty good. Tomacool Scrapsmith might actually make the cut then. I have some 3s, but not, like, an infinite number. so it's actually decent. Giant Growth also is just pretty solid. I have 14 creatures. Maybe I should just take Giant Growth. I have some good trample as well. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take Giant Growth. It's not a card I've been super impressed with, but I think this is the deck for it. Let's just take another Energy Refractor. I don't think I want a Stone Retrieval unit. This also just lets me potentially splash anything that we want. Not interested in anything here. I'll take the rare for the collection. Yeah, so the Rust Goliathid Wheel. I'm okay to play. Like, that card is pretty decent in my deck because I have the ramp. Circassia's Amulet also is pretty decent given that I have these Energy Refractors. I can play it on turn 4 off of my 3 Power Stones that I'm making. So we just have a nice little mid-range ramp deck. If we need more removal, I can play a Shoot Down main. It's a card that's sometimes fine. But right now we do have the Mishra's Command, Excavation, Explosion, and Unleash Shell. So we're doing decently in terms of removal. Swing and a miss on our rares, but the pack itself is fine. The question is, what's better, Phalagi Dragon Engine or Boulder Branch Golem? I think Boulder Branch Golem's probably just better, because I don't have enough ramp to the point that I'm always going to play the 8 mana 5/5, and I think the 1/3 mode on this card's kind of a little scrappy, whereas this just goes with the giant creatures over and over again plan, plus all this life gain's pretty nice to keep us in the game. So I think I'm just going to take a Boulder Branch Golem. I don't know if that's correct, but I think so. Hopefully wheel the Perimeter Patrol. But Atomical Scrapsmith also could be decent. What's better in this deck, Gaia's Gift or Whirling Strike? I think we're not that aggressive for Whirling Strike, so I think Gaia's Gift's a little better, plus we keep the counter. It's a little bit of a slower card, but a better protection spell. I am not really happy second picking either, but here we are. Sentinel Stalwart, I think that card's fine. I could actually take a Sentinel Stalwart, but I think the Gaia's Gift's a little better. Alloy Animist. Definitely makes the Energy Refractors better in my deck. And I have some Power Stones, so it could turn my Power Stones into 4/4s. So I think that's solid. I think just having a copy in my deck adds a decent amount of sort of reach and different things to do with my mana. So I'll probably end up playing that. Ooh, Blanchwood Armor. I could play a lot, like if I cut these, then we could play mostly forests, and this card is pretty powerful. Other option is Pristine Talisman, which also is quite good. That's a tough pick. I think I like Blanchwood Armor here. Well, no, I'd have to kind of stretch my mana. Alright, another Boulder Branch Golem. We're doing it. Ooh. Perennial Behemoth. Can I make that work? I'm now at 15 artifacts. I don't really have any ways to mill the lands, so it's just a 2/7. So I probably just want to take I want to take these Atomical Scrapsmiths at this point. Oh, hello. That's a nice pickup. Getting to just turn all my artifacts into Surveils is super good. Surveil Plus even. Audacity can give some creatures trample. Pretty nice. We are mostly mono green, so it would have been pretty sweet if we actually got there on the Blanchwood Armor. The problem is just I really want to have red mana on turn 3. Might get there on the Sentinel Stalwart. way too many cards. So we'll have to see what we don't want to play here. The more artifacts we cut, it's going to be interesting, because it's like I have to get down on playables. But the more artifacts we cut, the less synergy based we are with them. I think Soul Guide Lantern probably just not the deck for it. We don't really have any synergies with it outside of maybe Alloy Animist. Yeah, so we're going to have to see. Going to have to make some tough cuts in our deck building process. I think I want to play 17 lands. I have Rust Goliath as a reason to have enough mana. I have a lot of like 5-drops. I can cut an Onulet. These are both 5s. Our deck is interesting because I could really play it like different ways. I could also shave a land and play more Blanchwood Prowlers. We have 20 creatures and 13 artifacts. I think I like the wings as a way to go over the top in this red-green deck. I think I like the Giant Growth if I just keep attacking. Do I like Gaia's Gift? A little expensive. This card's kind of clunky. Also, Pristine Talisman is not actually that good in my deck, because it's kind of like an extra land, but I have to spend mana on it rather than just coming with the Power Stone, so I could just cut it. I think it's pretty good in control decks, or like super mid-range decks, but I think we're just going to flood out, and that doesn't help with that problem. If I cut both of these, Scrapwork Cohort's much better if you can unearth it. But I do, well, Sidonal Stalwart gets a lot worse at that point too. But I could shave a land and play 2 Blanchwood Prowlers. Just have the 1/1s online. And then the Sidonal Stalwart is actually pretty good with that. Or I could just not play the Prowlers and cut the Sidonal Stalwart. Like, I don't actually care about milling, so the Prowler doesn't really do much for me. It's kind of just a dorky 1/1 that comes with a land. That's if it works, but a dorky 1/1 that comes with the land is actually kind of good. My curve's actually really low because of Prototype. So it's like low and high. If I play these, then I have Sentinel Stalwart plus 2 Blanchwood Prowlers. So I could get away with playing way fewer lands. The only card that is expensive that I can't cast off Power Stones is Obstinate Baloth. Maybe it's better to cut 1 Prowler and add another land, though. Play 16 and 1 Prowler, then 15 and 2. Something like that. Or I could play 16 and, I don't know, the Sentinel Stalwart is kind of, I kind of want the other Blanchwood Prowler. If I'm doing that. I also have Alloy Animist. Yeah, so I have enough ways to tap other creatures. 10 artifacts. Yeah, maybe that's just fine. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 other creatures / artifacts I'm happy to tap off the Sidonal Stalwart. Yeah, and it does ramp me. Okay. Let's do that then. I guess I'm playing Gaia's Gift and Giant Growth. Should I cut one of them? It would let me play another Blanchwood Prowler, which maybe would let me get to Rust Goliath more frequently, and it turns on my Sidonal Stalwart. Maybe that's worth it. Because I'm going to be like tapping out a lot. And I already have this to go over the top too. Yeah, that's a lot of that effect. I think I'm just going to cut Gaia's Gift and play another Prowler. It's sort of almost like I'm playing 18 lands at that point. But I have 6-drop, 7-drop, double 10-drop. So maybe that's fine. And actually, I could probably cut a mountain for a forest because I have the 2 Blanchard Prowlers and the Stalwart. So that's actually 7 red sources plus the 2 Prowlers are portions of a red source. And I only have the 3 cards on... Well, I have this too, but I don't have that many red cards. Maybe I should have taken that Blanchwood armor, now that I look at it. Okay, so basically just creature, and then keep applying pressure. That's our plan, and I am okay with it. Hopefully this is the right build. I find building this format is like really tough, because you just really want to jam your deck full of everything awesome, and it's hard to do that correctly. Let's give it a go. Alrighty, this is our hand. Pretty mediocre hand, but I think we keep. Ooh, that makes our hand way better. Alright, they're doing it. We do have our Rust Goliaths to stop that pressure, though. The question is, do I attack and then... I don't think the 1 damage is worth them. They could have the deal 3, and they're mana constrained right now. So I think what I'm going to do is just play both of these to try to find a land. And then win off the advantage of our artifact creatures. Okay, so I think just play the Scrapwork cohort rather than a Rust Goliath. Because it can, actually the 3/1 can attack really well. And I get a double trigger right now. Pretty sure I just put it in the graveyard to try to hit another land. And the Arbalest Engineers is good, but I could still probably do better. Ooh, Giant Growth? I guess I'll keep that. Let's go ahead and Aeronaut Wings. Yep. Put it on the 1/2. Tackle both of these. Alright, and then I guess just say go. We're at 6, 7 mana right now. So we're not that far from playing some 10/10s. I might just play a 3/5 to keep pressure up. But that was a good draw. So now I can move this over to the cohort. They can trade. So it probably will. I think that's fine. And then, what do I want to give flying? I assume I want to give the patrol flying. We're going to get a double trigger next turn on the Steel Seeker too, so that's going to help us keep hitting land drops as well. That's unfortunate I didn't have Giant Growth up. That's okay. Oh, I could have tapped I could have tapped my Aeronaut Wings last turn and had Giant Growth up. So maybe that was a mistake. Though I do get to just attack with everything here. I get another look, so I'm going to bin it. I think I'm okay to just attack with all of these and trade the Giant Growth for their creature. It's only really bad if they have specifically recommission. But doing that when they're tapped out is nice. Okay, we have 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9 mana, so we're pretty close to Rust Goliath as is. So we can just slam that next turn. And then we can slam another one, and hopefully that's good enough. So actually red, white splashing black. That's interesting. They're probably splashing for the 3/2 gold uncommon. Alright, let the cascade of 10/10s begin. And if they can stop that one, we'll play another one. If they can stop that, we can Argothian Sprite. Although it could actually Argothian Sprite first. Ooh. Okay, we need to... We actually just need to put them to the test, play another one. They do get a lot of looks here. No! This is the problem with Rust Goliath. Alright, so if I play this, then I can have 7 mana. And just pump it this turn and threaten next turn. I'm gonna do this. I have 7 plus 3 more. So let me just move this over. Is there any reason not to just pump right now? I should just pump right now. Ooh, recommission's pretty good. If they give that thing double strike, then it can interact pretty favorably with my sprite, but not forever. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Alright, so now we just attack. I guess if they double block, that's fine, then I can Exemplar. Well, if they double block... I have 8, 12... I have 13 mana, so I'm 1 away from the double pump. Alloy Animist. How many Power Stones do I have left in my deck? I think 1. It's pretty bad here. Kind of awkward because I can't actually move this. I guess it's worth trading with those and then Well, maybe not. Nah, I'm just gonna take the damage, I think, this turn. Although, no, the paratrooper's really good at this stage in the game. I think I should attack. Alright, so the question is, what do I jump in the air here? I guess I should jump a creature I don't care about now that I have this extra mana. This double card every single turn is pretty obnoxious. It was kind of awkward because I didn't really have enough mana to be able to pump the sprite without it just getting chumped every single turn. The Philology Chain Dance are actually a huge problem with the Aeronaut's Wings. Oh yeah, that's the card we thought they were splashing. So we're right, but this is a problem. Yeah, what are we gonna do here? I guess that's a good answer. Just hit the Hero of the Dunes, and then steal Exemplar trades with both. That's a good one. We're making progress, but only a little bit. I need like some more giant creatures. I do have a few giant creatures left. That's the good news. And they're a little constrained on mana as well, even though they have so much mana in play. But the Chain Dancer is kind of messing everything up. Alrighty. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna do this and try to hit for 4. Okay, that's good. That's another giant thing. That helps. Man, this card's so good. It's gonna be hard to grind through that much. So if they sacrifice 5 things... Yeah, if they sacrifice 5 things, then they can keep their strongbow. If they sacrifice 2 things, then they trade. Which I think is that's what they're probably going to do. Alright, just hold the automaton. Hopefully I can get a surprise hidden with it. That stinks. Man, what's my plan here? I mean, I can trade with the Chain Dancer. I guess that's what I have to do. I'm running out of resources is the problem. Like, I just don't have enough cards, hardly. I guess I should attack with some of the 1/1s too. I should just attack with everything. That way they have less chump fodder. Might have been too aggressive early in the game with some of my bends. All right. I just milled a little too much, unfortunately. And I do have a land left in my deck, so that's pretty bad. That's probably like an excavation explosion is my guess. Is why they made that play. I have one more turn after this. Not good. There's got to be a way I could have played this game better. I think in the middle of the game, I definitely overextended. Like, I rushed my cards. But they did have the perfect answers for them. I don't know. I was trying to get on the Rust Goliath plan. That was my plan, and then they just had 2 removal spells in a row for it. Yeah. Sucks. Like, the Visions of Phyrexia just drew them 2 cards a turn for the entire time. And I don't know if that's like a deck construction error, like they just had the right cards at the right time. It sort of seemed like the latter, but they just not have enough power to go over the top of that. Maybe, I mean, I played a lot of really expensive things. Maybe if I had the shoot down, I could have removed the enchantment. Maybe this is supposed to be my deck anyways. I was thinking about that with the build. The Alloy Animus is kind of a junky creature in my deck, because I only have like the 3 Power Stones for it anyways. I think probably the Alloy Animus should be a shoot down. I probably misbuilt by 1 card on that. I think the Sidon Stalwart was still really good. I think the Giant Growth was really good. Alright, I'm going to make that 1 change. I think I might be 1 or 2 cards off in my initial deck construction. Alright, let's hop into the next one. Alright. Hopefully we can get the Power Stone Maker on. Ooh, that's good too. I assume I just want to play this on 3. I get another crack at a land as well. Although I could wait to get to 6, because it's gonna... I'm pretty close to 6 mana already, actually. And then that alone is gonna power out my Rust Goliaths. So... Epic Confrontation? Sure. Yeah, like I'm pretty close at this point to just playing the big things. Five. Okay. That's a problem. I'm gonna hold my Cradle Clear Cutter till I have mana for it. These are the spots where the tricks are really good, because you could just attack into the 5/5. I kind of can't block either, because then if they remove my Obstinate Baloth, I just get 2 for 1. Again, kind of awkward. If I had played this last turn, I still couldn't... You know what? I have so many things to do with 7 mana that I think I should just play the Cradle Clear Cutter here. Because it's going to let me start powering out my Sprite as well. I wanted to wait until I got to the 6 mana, but I don't think that ends up working out the best. Now I only need 1 more land, and then I'm pretty much set. Alright, let's just keep attacking. I think I want the Power Stone over pumping up a creature for 1 turn. Oh, I could also give my Cradle Clear Cutter +1/+1 counter. But then it kind of all eggs in one basket. I think getting a Power Stone is actually still just a little better. I can get 1 clean hit in with the Blitz Automaton this turn. it'll probably trade with the 2 stone retrieval units. But I'll clear those out of the way. That's fine too. Well, it's maybe not fine if they bring it back. Although at the end of the day, it's just a 5/5. So they're going to turn that into a 4/4. Kind of like I have huge creatures, but they're kind of just not getting through. My opponents end up having like bigger mana sinks than I have. That's also a problem. So if I make this an 8/5, I mean that is good. Maybe I need more combat tricks? I don't really know. I'm almost to a 10/10, but a 10/10's not even that good on this board. The Argothian Sprite is basically a 10/10 on its own. Keyword big, but not big enough. It's kind of the way this is going. Okay. Oh man, that's bad. I guess this game was tough because they just had a 5/5 on turn 4. And I think they're going to let me keep the 1/3. They're going to kill my 2/2s. It's fine to block like that. I want the 1/3 because of the Rust Goliath next turn, but they don't know that. I just played a 10/10, it's not even that good. Their creatures are all so huge. But I guess they did generate, like... I think they put 20 power into play off that Titania's command, so... It's a good magic card. Jeez. Yeah, I don't even think our deck's that bad. But also, like, I maybe don't have the right interaction pieces. Yeah, we're just basically just dead here. I don't know. Like, maybe my cards just aren't powerful enough. I'm just losing to better things. Yeah, let's take a look. Because I don't... They're just coming up the ground and my cards are not doing anything. Let's go back to the drawing board. I think maybe the Gaia's Gift actually should be in the deck. Because what's happening is I'm just, like, trading off my 6/5s for a couple cards. Like, I do need, actually, the combat trick. Could play Unleash Shell too, but I think that's kind of junky. I don't have quite enough big things. I think this one change, actually, is, like, pretty big to the deck. I don't know, Blitz Automaton has been pretty bad. By the time it comes down, it just hasn't done enough, but I think I don't cut it. Aeronaut's Wings would have been pretty great. Audacity also still pretty great. I like all the cards in my deck. What do I cut for a guy's gift? I guess it could be Blitz Automaton. I think I still like the Rust Goliaths, even if I play it as the 5 mana mode. I get that down on turn 4, that's pretty good. The Blanchwood Prowlers have been pretty bad as well. I could just cut a Blanchwood Prowler. Again, I'd have one, two, three, four things for my... Well, I could also just cut Sidonal Stalwart. Not actually that many things I want to tap. I could even cut both of these and basically play this as my 17th land. If I did that, I could play one more spell. 17 lands plus an Unleash Shell. That's probably better. I've just been running out of powerful things to do, and the Unleash Shell would let me take care. Like, if I had been able to kill the Argothian Sprite before it got out of control, that would have given me a better shot in the last game. And I have a lot of modality. Like, I have this that helps ramp. I have these that help ramp. So if I'm light on mana, I can actually play things cheaply. So my curve doesn't look too bad, even only having 17 lands. Yet I also have like the 10 mana versions. I think that's better. And I'm not, like, I think... Yeah, I think that's better. And I have more removal. And I have, like, better top decks. I just was having, like, terrible top decks. I think I probably misbuilt my deck pretty badly. Like I said, pretty early in the format. Still figuring these things out. My deck is not as go big as I thought it was. Everyone was basically keeping up with what I was doing. So I think this looks a lot better. Let's give this a try. Is 6 mountains correct? Maybe I'm supposed to have 7 mountains. The reason I had 10 forests before was I had more things I had to do with green on turns 1 and 2. And I'm adding a double red card to my deck, so... Nope. Okay. What do we get rid of here? Keeping the Blanchwood Prowler, I think. Maybe the Engineers. I don't even have a mountain. They're good, but not that good. Might be better than Cradle Clear Cutter. It's a 2/2 instead of a 1/3. Eh, I just might not even be able to use it. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay. Build the Unleash Shell. So, that plan is now gone. In terms of the double red. Ooh, that hurts. Hopefully they just choose Obstinate Baloth. Probably going to choose my Mishra's command. Yep. I think playing this doesn't do a whole lot for me. I guess next turn I could play this, and then on turn 5 I still can't even play that, so I think it's better to just pass. I just have Rust Goliaths in my deck, so it's better to wait with the Clear Cutter. I think this card is just excellent. Gix's Caress. This card also has been overperforming. I think it's especially good in white black because you can recommission. Like, it was a 4 mana 4/4 this game. That's just fine, and then a lot of the times, like, you can bring it back with the white black plan. So, pretty solid. Ooh. This card is good against red green. Normally I don't think Goring Warply is very good, but pretty good against red green. Man, this kind of sucks because if I block, they could just bring it back. If I don't block, then Like, I have to get through this Gorg Warplow somehow. Kind of brutal. Yep. Pretty good. Yeah, just go for the giant growth. Pretty bad to have to do this. If they have a trick, they can just blow me out. Hey, it worked. Something went right. And they missed on that too, okay. I think hit for 3 here. Puts us almost in Rust Goliath range, which is nice. Due to trample, Rust Goliath might just be, you know, good enough. Even if it doesn't, like, stay in play because of the Warplow. They could have milled themselves if they have the Skull Flare in their deck. Should I attack with the 3/6 too? Then my 6/5 will be online. I think not. Well, how are they going to block? 6/5 is really good. But I'm worried about drawing my 10/10 after that. And just attack with the 3/3. I'm gonna hold the forest. I think. Maybe make them think it's a spell at least. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was pretty good on their part. Ooh, Thraxodemon? Yeah, it's kind of a problem. I'm just gonna wait to attack, and then attack with multiple things. Also, if I draw some answer to the Goring Warplow, because again, it's the best against red-green, then we'll be in good shape. I'm kind of waiting to draw my Rust Goliath, though, and then I can attack. Not a Rust Goliath. Don't really have good attacks yet. Keep holding off. Okay. If I kill the Thraxodemon, the Skull Flare will just start growing. I could kill the Thraxodemon and attack with both. Then they'll just block the 3/6 though. But I'll already be at 5, 6, 7. I'll be at 9 mana already, so I'm almost to Rust Goliath anyways. And that'll help me. I can't let them just have Thraxodemon, I don't think. I mean, they already have a lot of these card advantage engines. I could actually, you know what I could do? I could kill the Warplow. And then I could attack with both. They don't have good blocks on the clear cutter unless they... Well, they could triple block it. Yeah, I think I'm going to kill this. It'll let this start growing, but it solves my problem. I can attack for 4. And at least if I do it this way, I still get to cast Rust Golem if I draw it off the top. And the 10/10 is going to be able to attack through the Death Toucher. Oh, well. Yeah, that is going to start being problems. If I make this a 4/4, I can attack and then it just trades, or I can... I could attack with both, and then this can ping that. Or I could also just ping the 2/1. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's just kill the 2/1. Then at least, well, they get to Thrax a Demon in a way. I still think that's the play, though. Because it is giving them quite a bit of value. This is kind of the problem with ramp decks. I'm kind of drawing all my lands and not my big threats. And then the other games I draw big threats and not like the... It's just, you have to draw the right pieces at the right time. The big threats just aren't that big. Everything is so huge in this format. I don't know. Okay. I'll play a land in case this dies, then I can still Rust Goliath later on. There it is. It might be a little too late, unfortunately. If I can draw my protection spell for it, then 10/10 is going to do a lot of work. That's pretty good. I'll just block. They do get their 1-drop back. But I think I might just have to win the decking war at this point. Ooh, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think Argothian Sprite is just a fantastic card. These games always get to these board stalls. And then having the better mana sink than your opponent is often the way to win, I feel like. Though they're getting 2 counters a turn every turn as well. I'm 1 away from double pumping. I guess that's the good news. Oh wait, no, I'm ahead right now. Oh my goodness. That's why we put that card in our deck. I don't quite have a lethal. But I'm pretty dang close. Honestly forgot we had that card. Alright. Yeah, that is a board stall breaker. I'm gonna move it over to the Sprite, I think. In case they deal with my Goliath, then I can double pump this next turn. Did we do it? Did I win a game? Gotta have the board stall breaker. Okay, they're attacking all, so probably desperation mode. Let's see. If I block this here, chump the 9/10, eat the 2/2, and block this. Take 6. I don't really want to block. Well, I could block the 6/6 trample. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18 damage. They're going to have to kill this somehow and this. And then also this is lethal. Yeah, so I think those blocks are fine. I'm going to pump before. In case they have disfigure. Good thing we're at 32 life. No! Oh, that's so annoying. Alright. Oh shoot. I'm still just gonna play it. Maybe I kept the wrong lands. Yeah, because I had the Unleash shell already, so this was a mistake. I should have kept 5 green to play around drawing Steel Exemplar. Alright, it didn't end up costing me though. We're gonna kill that regardless. Let's go! Come on! Let's go! Okay, they can't surveil any more cards away, or they'll be losing the decking race. Did we do it? Yes! I won a game! Hopefully breaking the losing streak here. Look, you gotta have the board breaker, okay? All the flying. Alright, we got our opening hand looks pretty solid here. Let's see how we do on our Blanchwood Prowler. Definitely want to land if we hit it. I assume I want... I already have double green, so the question is, do I take double red in case I get Unleash Shell? Or do I take the extra forest in case I draw steel... the steel 4/4. I think I still take the mountain because I already have... Or sorry. Do I take another mountain? No, I'd rather have the double green for... in case I hit... I have a lot of double green I need in my deck, so it's not actually a choice. I was thinking it was the other way. If I already had 2 forests, deciding on the second mountain would be a choice. That being said, I think ultimately it ends up not really being a choice. I'm going to play the perimeter patrol and pass. They can't really attack, but I can land the wings next turn and I can hit for 5. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to hit for 5 this turn, and then I can kill the Inspector next turn. Because I can't attack past the 3/1. So let's just do this. It's kind of not a great use of my turn, but now they have to answer the patrol, or it's just going to run away with the game. And the 1/1 is kind of doing a great job at holding back this Ashnod's Harvester. I guess the real question is, if they just tap up for another creature here, what do I do with my turn? I'm probably killing the Foundry Inspector because it is going to be a problem eventually. And what do I kill it with? Do I kill it with the Mishra's Command or something else? Probably I just use the Excavation Explosion, because then that'll bridge me to 6 mana for the Cradle Clear Cutter. I guess they don't have double blue for this. Ah. Okay. They only have 3 cards in hand, so I'm not sure how worried I should be about the Foundry Inspector. But I feel like I should probably use my Excavation Explosion right now. If that's the case, I should probably just Explosion this and then attack for 2 in the air. There's an argument for hitting the 2-3 instead, but I think the mana advantage off the Foundry Inspector is going to be a bigger issue. The Menace could be a problem, though, in the long run. Oh, that was a pretty good draw. So now I can play this into the Scrapwork cohort. That's pretty sweet. And keep that on top. Maybe playing the land there is bad, actually, because I have Mishra's Command, so I might want to cycle. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have played my Mountain that turn. If I played Cradle Clear Cutter and I hit another land, though, there are arguments to playing a land every single turn, because I am sort of limited at that point. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me switch over there. Sorry, I had the wrong view this whole time. You didn't get to see my opponent's hand. That's my bad. Alright, let's just... I think we just block here. That is kind of a blowout. Yeah, I'm just going to play the 3-6 here. And then... I guess I should hold the land. Unless I go land, play the Baloth, hit with everything, and pump next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have enough mana to play a 10-10, so I don't really need to play the land. I might want to wait. In case I draw 2 lands, I might want to Mishra's Command away multiple lands in the future. Yeah, so I have plenty of mana, so I'm just going to hold off here. And then just pass the turn. They still don't really have great attacks. Like, yeah, they get rid of my Scrapwork cohort, but I have very limited ways to bring that back anyways. So we just get to block here. And they can't even use the Butcher now. So this works out just fine. Ooh, there it is. Alright. Well, I don't really have a reason to play the Forest, like I said, so I should still just attack for 2. And then just slam a 10-10. I will keep that. I'm actually going to play my land. The reason is I might want to play the Rust Goliath plus Mishra's Command to give it haste. So if I get another land off the Rust Goliath, then I'm going to want to do both. And hit for extra. Yeah, there's basically no way they're going to stop all the 10-10s from coming in here. Let me play another one. And then I have to do some math. So if that's 20 trample... Yeah, then I just attack with everything. Oh wait, I can't actually give it haste. X needs to be 1. But I could attack with my 10-10 here. If I attack with everything, they could just take 10. I could also just wait a turn. If I play Baloth next turn, I can Mishra's Command something. And then give this trample too. So rather than attack with this, it'll trade for 2 things. Yeah, trading for 2 things is pretty good. Like if I attack like this, if they block here, then they can't kill the 10-10. So they're going to want to kill the 10-10, so I'll get the 2 damage in. I'm going to kill this and this. Yeah, get your 10-10 hits in when you can, I think, is the answer. Had I drawn a land off of the Rust, drawn a land off the Rust Goliath, then I would have swung with everything. So I think this play was still pretty solid. Because next turn, it's going to be difficult for them to deal with everything. Sure. If I play the Baloth, I could command for 2. Or I could just Mishra's Command kill this and then pump Rust Goliath with everything. That's gotta be just better. And also, they just don't even have flying. I can just jump the Rust Goliath unless I'm missing something. Never mind, we'll just do this instead. Hey, our 10-10's got there for once. Nice. We have a pretty nice curve here. Just make our Power Stone. Again, this is often just worse than the common version, which is a 3-2. Kind of funny. We're pretty close to playing some 6-5s. That's the good news. Alright, I'm gonna just... Yeah, I'm just gonna kill that, I think. They don't have giant growth. If I draw a land, I can play a 6-5. If I don't draw a land, do some other things. Probably the red-green mirror just comes down to who can get the largest threats first. No. But no, they're going more for the aggressive version, which is interesting. Okay, so I'm going to attack for 3. They might want to trade because they're behind on life. Kind of looks like what they're doing. But that's fine. Now we get to 6-5 it up. And then if they play their own 6-5, then we have our Gaia's Gift to go over the top. Because it looks like they're on 6 mana, so they probably have some pretty big threats in hand. It's probably, or they have more Blitz Automatons. Let's see. If I just play another 6-5, then we take 5. And the next turn play 2 things, potentially. I don't want to trade for their 5-3, I don't think. I think we're going to just win the race. Or I could play Steel Exemplar and just block. But I think that's kind of weak. I could always do that the next turn. Yeah. We're ahead in the race, so we're fine to just take 5 damage. And I can still set that up with 1 more land anyways. And either mountain or forest works. Because if I draw forest, I can pay for this with green. If I draw a mountain, I pay for it with red. And then hold up Gaia's Gift for a re-trick in case they have shenanigans. They know they're behind in the race, so they got a 2-for-1 themselves. Yeah, that's pretty good for us. Alright, hit for 6. They drew Giant Growth. Whirling Strike. That doesn't do it. Okay. Alright, yeah, they're... they were in trouble anyways, but now they're in extra trouble. That's basically the game, I think. They can do their own Boulder Branch Golem, but... seems like it's not even a card they have, really. So let's just attack with the big things. There's no reason to attack into the Strong Bowl. I don't think. I can attack all next turn. Alright. I guess if they have Gaia's Gift, that's a pretty good play for them. But I think we'll just do our own and protect our own creature. Now they're out of the artifacts to sacrifice. Ooh, that's a good one. So, it's not actually that good on this board. Oh, that was a really good one. Just attack all. They could eat this, chump, and die. No, just attack all. Yeah. They can go down to... they basically need to double chump. Well, no, this can trade with the 6-4. This can block there. So they could have survived, but barely. Yeah, I think we really misbuilt our deck originally, and I think this version of just having heavy whammies is turning out to be a lot better. I mean, we also drew really poorly initially, and we're drawing a lot better now, so obviously that helps too. It's hard to disconnect the two from that. Like, what is it more in line with? But, I mean, this is nice. I think we want to play this first. And then if I hit a mountain next turn, we can go off with the Arbalest Engineers. If I don't, then I can search for the mountain. Pretty good start. So we didn't, so let's do this. 2-2 can trade just fine. That's okay. Then we can Audacity here. Just cycling this to get closer to actually using our cards is good. If we get Whirling Strike, it's kind of annoying, but it's fine. Ooh. So I could Engineers and ping the 3-1. That's gotta be the play, right? I guess Engineers is coming through here. Unfortunately, I don't get my trigger off the Steel Seeker, but that's too much value to give up. That's for sure. Also, Mishra's command pumping the Steel Seeker is pretty nice. So if we play this, we can give it +4/+0 with the trample. So we pump for 4. We deal X damage to this. +X/+0 to this. And then they're almost dead at this point because we have the Aeronaut's Wings to follow. Audacity on a 1/2 is kind of doing the business this game. So this only helps the artifacts or red cards. So this will deal 2. But we can... Oh, you know, I could shoot down the 1/1 and attack with both. Then they have to chump, go to 2, and then I have Aeronaut's Wings to follow. Probably just better to Aeronaut's Wings, though. And then and just, like, force them to deal with us. It'll put him down to 1. And now the question is, do I might want to move this to the Engineers. Because then I have 2 lethal threats on board. Basically, if I shoot down this, the 3/2 gets through. And then the Trampler also makes it so that if they had removal, I could shoot down and win pretty easily from that point. This hand's a little clunky. It does have the combo, though. Cradle Clear Cut into Rust Goliath. And I have the Explosion to help us get to the Clear Cutter. Alright, red-black Sacrifice. We need to be a little bit wary about that. I assume they're playing black because they played a Clay Revenant. And so maybe Rust Goliath not actually where we want to be. Because they could just steal and sack. That's a problem. I think we just killed their 2-1 here. Because I can actually just play the Rust Goliath now on 5, and then bridge into the Automaton. And it also mitigates some of the risk of playing the Rust Goliath in the first place. Although they have the Thraxodemon. Card's pretty good. But they can't Sibling Rivalry yet and use the Thraxodemon, so that's the good news. That card is broken in half. Okay, hold. Yeah, we want a giant growth first. That way if they have a removal, I can Gaia's Gift in response. And they don't gain the life this way, so I mean they do get a card back, but that's fine. It could have been a lot worse for us. And now I get to Blitz Automaton, so... Just hit with both, I think. If they have sibling rivalry, it's going to be pretty bad for me. Ooh, that's also really bad for me. Rares are good. I just need to attack. It kind of says what's in my hand, but the thing is, I don't have much of an option. Because they're going to loop Clay Revenant with Thraxodemon, so I got to get this game over with. Alright. And at least the 4/6 blocks the 5/4. So I can now keep attacking with my 6/4 here. We need an answer to this, and then I can start attacking with the 4/6s and 3/5s as well. This card is so bananas. Okay, they want to do that rather than bring back Clay Revenant. That's interesting. Kind of need a really good draw. That is a pretty good draw. I think attack with... What happens if I attack with everything? They don't actually have to block with the Steel Seraph. They probably wouldn't. They would double block the 3/3. Ooh, I could attack with the 4/6, the 6/4, and the 3/3. And then I could put a counter on the other 3/5. Or I could ping the Thraxodemon if they double block, depending how they... Well, they'll probably block Horned Stoneseeker and one other here. If I had given this haste, actually... No, I wouldn't have enough trample damage. Definitely want to do it post-combat. Alright. Okay, so now we want to just pump the Rust Goliath, I believe. That way they can't gain 5 off the Steel Seraph. Ooh. That's a problem. Am I just dead to that? I think I might just be dead. That's a sick top deck. Yeah, that's pretty absurd. Alright. Well, I can double block, but then I die. Wow, that is crazy. And this format has some big swings. I finally almost had them on the ropes, but yeah, the Steel Seraph gained them too much life. I think there was one turn where I attacked when maybe I shouldn't have, so maybe I could have held back. The problem was they kind of had the lifelink plus the Thraxodemons, so it was just kind of an awkward spot. But pretty happy with getting those 4 wins in a row. The most important thing I think we saw was just like how to rebuild the deck, and then yeah, I moon lost to some bombs. That happens. But I think this deck actually ended up like super solid once I kind of examined more. The Gaia's Gift I think was really important. I think ended up playing really really well. So having like these ways to keep punching through, and then having enough of the big things to matter, like definitely was a good rebuild. So thanks for hanging out. This was a fun one, and I'll see you next time.